Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about issue number 2 of Psylocke, written by Alyssa Wong, and art by Vincenzo Caratu. But before we dive into the story, I want to ask you a favor. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like and a comment to help the channel grow. So with that said, this issue opens right where the last issue left off, with Psylocke standing victorious over her latest victim. And as she stood there, her PTSD kicked in and made her relive her childhood under the training of the Ruthless Hand. Because even as a kid, the act of taking a life sometimes disassociates herself from the situation. So with the battle won, Psylocke snaps out of her trance and shouts for the whereabouts of the kids, but lucky for her, the kids are shaken but unharmed. So as the fire started to come closer, someone asked one of the young mutants to put out the fire with its ice ability, but due to the kids' power just manifested, it had no idea how to do it. So like a mother trying to protect her young, Psylocke did everything within her power to get the kids out of said situation as the building continued to burn. So with the day saved, our hero took the kids to the only place she could think of that was safe, and that was back to Alaska, to the factory. And when she got there, Beast was thrown off guard because she was supposed to be on vacation and resting, but instead, she was out saving the day. Now Psylocke was going to ask John Greycrow to watch over the kids, but he wasn't home and he never picks up his phone when he's out on a job. So she decided to leave them with Beast instead. And just as she was about to leave, one of the kids asked if any place could ever be safe for them. To which Psylocke replies by saying that's what they are fighting for, to make the world a safer place for mutants. And then she went on to tell them to stay there as she tracked down the other missing kids. So with the kids in a safe place, Psylocke went back on the hunt, and we picked up with her looking over the city of New York while on the phone with Devin. And while she was talking to Devin was making a big deal about Psylocke hanging up on him while she was at the auction. But Devin went on to say, well, you're in luck, it was able to track down their anonymous tipster, the one who dropped the intel about the AIM party. But before Devin could hand it over, all Devin wanted was an apology for making him worry, because as soon as shit hit the fan, Psylocke cut off his connection and went in alone and barred him from helping. But with Psylocke being Psylocke, Devin took in a deep breath and then continued to say, I get that you don't get it, so I won't push. And out of the kindness of Devin's heart, he ended up sending the tipster information anyway. Now this act of kindness prompted Psylocke to say thanks, and then went on to say every mission is dangerous and she didn't realize that Devin worried that much about her. To which Devin replied by saying, of course he does. He may not be a superhero like her, and just an ordinary human college kid who has been blacklisted from several countries' government databases, but he is willing to do what he can to help. With that out there, Devin then went on to tell Psylocke that she is looking for a penthouse by Central Park that is owned by Shinobi Shaw. And when Psylocke got there, she told Devin that she was familiar with him, for in her words, Shinobi is a mutant upstart, corporate demon, and consummate hedonist. His family fortune is only matched by his ambition, and his pretty face is just another weapon in his arsenal. So with no hesitation, Psylocke came crashing through the window and into Shinobi's room with her sword at the ready. And at that moment, everyone started to run, as Shinobi just stood to his feet and invited her into his tub without a care in the world. But that is when Psylocke manifested her ability and told Shaw to start talking. Which was exactly what he did, as he started to pour a drink and told Psylocke that she figured out that he was the one who tipped her off about AIM's MGH operation and mutant child auction. Now to this, Psylocke asked why didn't he stop it himself, to which he replied by saying, why would I, for he has never been an altruist. He sent her, his favorite killer X-Men, and she took care of the problem. Now this prompted Psylocke to say, here's the thing, she doesn't care if he is an altruist, for that is irrelevant to her, because she is getting the other missing mutant children back and he is her best lead. So he will be coming with her to rescue them whether he wants to or not. So with that being finalized, on the next page, we pick up sometime later with Psylocke and Shaw walking down the road, and as they walk, Shaw states that he heard something interesting when he had the misfortune of attending a charity gala last month, because as a mutant and as a Shaw, his name opens doors for him. Like a door to a restaurant with a 6-month wait list that he called last night to get them a reservation. And once in, Shaw went on to say that this place came highly recommended by someone he met at the gala, and his friend gather here once a month, not just for the poached lobster, which he insisted was divine, but for something a little more exotic. And after a swipe of his card, a secret door opened up that led to a tunnel to the Cleaver Club. Now as they walked down the corridor, Shaw went on to say, trust him, after that gala, he wanted to take a cleaver to his own head. So he passed their personal information over to Psylocke's little helper, who he's sure is tracking them down as they speak. And at the end of the hallway, Shaw welcomed her to the place where people gamble away their fortunes on other people's lives. And at that moment the two walked in on a death match between mutants. And as they looked on, Shaw asked if they were the kids she was looking for, to which she replied by saying not all of them. Following that, Shaw started to give their invitations to the guard while Psylocke pretended to look for the bathroom. And as she walked away, she thought to herself how disgusting this all was. Kidnapping mutant children and forcing them to fight to the death. Now this was something she couldn't let pass, for it was barbaric and every single person there deserved to die, but that was not what she was there to do. Once Psylocke slipped in, she instantly asked Devin if he knew where the rest of the kids were being held. Now Devin replied by saying, there are a lot of heat signatures in the arena, but he also see another cluster behind 6 heavy-duty security doors to the north. With that information in hand, Psylocke walked up to the closest guard she could find and hit him with her psychic knife so he could open the doors for her. And once in, Psylocke walked in to see several kids beaten and caged, so staying true to her nature, she tells the young mutants that she is going to get them out of there. For it was unforgivable to force children to fight each other just because they are mutants. And at that moment, one of the children corrected her and said that he wasn't even a mutant, because according to him, they just slapped an AIM mutant growth hormone patch on him which caused him to catch fire. So with that revelation, Psylocke realized that AIM wasn't only taking mutants, but they was taking basic human kids as well and forcing them to use their patches to fill the number to act as if they have more mutants than they actually have. But before Psylocke could continue to act, someone snuck up behind her and hit her with an electrical weapon. Now following Psylocke passing out, on the next page, she wakes up in a ring surrounded by all the children she attempted to save, and to make things worse, each kid had a collar on their neck as an extra line of security. And high above the host of said event went on to say, we have a special show for everyone here. A freshly caught adult mutant will fight the rest of their stable of young mutants in a one-against-all battle royal. So as the fight kicked off, Psylocke did everything she could to dodge the children's blows without hurting any of them, but little did Psylocke know, the collars that were on each of their necks also let out an electrical shock if they refused to fight at all. So in order to make the fight look realistic, Psylocke took her psychic blades and conducted a series of headshots that looked worse than there actually was. Because to the onlookers, it looked like Psylocke was killing them, but in actuality, Psylocke was just putting them to sleep. So with the host excited to see what he thought was a massacre, he left himself wide open for Shaw to walk right up to him and take his hand right off. So with blood everywhere, the guards quickly opened fire on him, just so their bullets to do absolutely nothing, for Shaw had the power of density manipulation. Now with the collars deactivated, Psylocke and the remaining kids turned their attention towards the guards and went to work while the others protected their sleeping friends. So with the fight on, the guards stood no chance against the combined force of Shaw and Psylocke. And on a side note, I like how Shaw invited her out to dinner following this battle, and on the next page at said dinner, Shaw finds out that Psylocke not only stood him up, but also left him an invoice to pay for helping him with the tip situation. But anyway, on the last page, we find out that Psylocke took the remaining kids back to Alaska like the other ones and left them with Beast as well. And right when she was about to take Beast and Cyclops up on their suggestion and rest and have a nice vacation, she walks up to a door just to see what I think is Greycrow's arm nailed to a door with a note on it saying, "Come find me." And with that said, this issue of Psylocke comes to an end. But anyway, down in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts about this issue and what predictions you could have moving forward. So with that established, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to leave a like and a comment if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.